Now, the African Center for Open Governance AfriCOG has painted a grim picture of the state of corruption in the country. In its 2024 report, the civil society group accuses the head of state of condoning a culture of corruption through unchecked scandals, misuse of public funds, and excessive external borrowing. According to the report, Kenya acquired 36 new loans in the past year worth about 900 billion shillings with minimal accountability on the expenditure. A major concern has also been raised over the declining public trust on anti-corruption mechanisms and institutions like the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. Safina Chieng-Oma reports.
From the unpopular push to appoint chief administrative secretaries, the enactment of punitive tax measures, to the contentious Adani-Ketraco power transmission deal, which came amidst emerging controversy on the planned leasing of Kenya's international airport to the Adani Group Holdings Limited, President William Ruto's 2 year in office has come under sharp scrutiny, with the latest report by the African Center for Open Governance AfriCOG accusing him of presiding over a system where the patron protects the client supporter.
The view of an overwhelming majority of Kenyans is that this country is headed in the wrong direction and that the president is the one who is most responsible.
Only 11% in September believed that the country was headed in the right direction. Now that's down from 30% at the beginning of the Ruto administration.
The report details major scandals that have cast a black spot on Ruto's regime.
In most of these cases that we have been dealing with, the rice imports, the contaminated sugar imports, the edible oil imports, every initiative that has come from this government, by the time it is being passed, people have already sat down and said, ini yangu, ini yangu.
AfriCOG also raises an alarm over what they describe as weaponization of the criminal justice system in the war against graft, accusing the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution of acting in defense of the presidency and persons close to the executive. The report details high-profile cases which have been maliciously aborted, including the withdrawal of the case against former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who had been charged in 2021 with 6 counts of economic crimes, only for the DPP to withdraw all charges as soon as he became Ruto's deputy. Another case is that of Wycliffe Oparanya, who was charged with corruption offences committed while he was governor of Kakamega County. The DPP wrote to EACC withdrawing his consent to the charges as soon as Oparanya was nominated to the position of Cabinet Secretary by President William Ruto under the broad-based government arrangement.
The higher up you are in terms of political and social connections, the more likely you will not serve a sentence. The more likely an appeal would be expedited.
The report by AfriCOG also shows how Kenyans are increasingly losing faith in institutions established to fight corruption.
Reports to the EACC are declining year on year. We're now talking about only 5,000 complaints being made to them, when 5 years ago they used to receive 10,000 complaints a year. Almost a 50% drop. So Kenyans will not report to the EACC and will not report to the police either. Because what's the point?
Ruto's administration is also under fire for achieving little in taming the public debt.
The Ruto administration has continued the Kenyatta regime's debt addiction with the same irresponsibility and disregard for transparency and accountability in the acquisition of debt, which now consumes a major part of our revenues without stimulating investment.
In this past year alone, Kenya has taken out 36 new foreign loans amounting to just under 900 billion shillings. Almost all of that is commercial.
Safina Chieng-Oma, Citizen TV.